Now look, I know for a long time, a lot of you have been wondering, what's in the box? You're gonna find out. You're gonna find out. I couldn't film what was inside the box this morning, but by the time I get home, I will be able to film it. And that's what it's all about, boys. Get ready. Buckle your seatbelt. I had a pretty productive night last night. I got up at the normal times and whatnot. I've just got this minor issue where the code says it's writing something to the database. And from what I'm telling, it's actively writing it into the database, but it's not appearing in there. So I don't know what's happening. It's Mongo as well, so I don't think there's like any kind of transaction thing going on. I've looked at the source code and it looks like it's doing what it's supposed to be doing, but for some reason, any object that's a list isn't appearing, which I think is very bizarre. I'm gonna go and ask someone at work today, my Mongo expert, and be like, look at this source code on GitHub. Does that work? Mine doesn't work. I don't know why. And then I had a dream this morning where, because Laura came home late last night, I had a dream that I was going to be late for work, inevitably. And it was the craziest dream I've ever had during a nap. Which is bizarre. Like, I don't normally... Like, I haven't really dreamt much, actually, since changing into the sleeping pattern, because I've not been good enough at the naps to be able to get to the point where you dream. That's the bit where you're supposed to dream in the naps. You're supposed to get your REM and light sleep in that period of time. But I've never actually managed that properly, or at least knowingly. Anyway, the bus has arrived, it's late, so everyone's like fucking rushing. Now look, one of these two buses is late. The other one is on time. So why do we all get on the one that's... Why does one of them not just drive off now empty? Is it just me that makes sense too? I guess like you might get annoyed, but... Maybe not drive it back into like its final stop. Don't take it to the final stop where people are going to want to get on it. But if it's empty, which at rush hour, I reckon most people will always be going one way. I think it'll be empty at the other stop. You know what I mean? So everyone's going from the park and ride to town. I reckon 9 times out of 10 it's empty when it gets to the park and ride, which it is. So, if you're so far behind that the one behind you is actually the better bus, just turn around, catch up, you know? Uses me, but I also understand that like it is annoying when a bus doesn't rock up. But now all day that bus is going to be late, you know? It's never going to catch up with itself, is it? At least it won't catch up with itself until it has like it doesn't matter anymore, until it's so quiet that it can catch up with itself, in which case it didn't matter. So lose one bus in favour for the rest, you know? It's a different alarm. Well shit, that wasn't there yesterday. Look at that. That's way better than the one, but the one in Bristol's trash. One in Cabot, anyway. Jesus Christ, it's horrendous. They've had it for like the last 3 years, and they need to get rid. It's one of them days where I've given up going to my actual bus stop and I'm racing it to the next one preemptively. I'm praying that something's going to hold it up. It's behind me somewhere, but there's no traffic, so it's just going to fly up this hill. Or I've got to hope that the lights are nice to me. They do go red for a long time, but they're also green for a long time too. Here it comes, nailed it, mate. Look, I'm looking at the contents of this box right now. I tried to get Laura to show you what's in it. We're gonna have to wait till tomorrow. She had already put pyjamas on. She wasn't fit. She needs to be looking smart and prim and proper before you can see the contents of this. So unfortunately, as much as I want to just pan down now so you can have a sneaky peek, you're gonna have to wait for like at least an extra minute. So wait at least 1 more minute in the video, probably 2. Who knows? I don't know. We're just about to head to bed. We watched Peaky Blinders was on yesterday. I watched it today. Dope. Fucking dope. If you don't watch Peaky Blinders, sort your life out. But hang on to find out what's in this box. And go and sort your life out. And then, yeah. Bit of a lapse of self-control last night, and I woke up. Well, my alarm obviously went off at 2 o'clock, but I woke up at 4 and was like, woke up naturally and was like, oh shit. And I'm like, there's no real point getting up for an hour and a half before I have to go and have my nap. So I went back to bed. Lapse of self-control, I know, that was weak of me, but I've been being dumb, and I missed a nap the other night, and I missed a nap yesterday lunchtime. I think missing one or the other would have been fine, but not individual ones. So, need to get on that a bit better. A pace to catch up here, because I just catch up with my boss and say hey. Work's finished. We've got quick matters to attend to though, because I've been given permission to premiere the box, right? Okay, so inside the box is shit. A fucking shit ton of wool, boys. What are those wool? What do you want a shit ton of wool for? I'll tell you why. Look at that hat. This hat, beautifully modelled. Wait, oh, Bubba, come under the light. Come under the light. Come on, go. Go for it. There you go. Now give it a twirl. Spin. All the way around.
Oh. Spin.
Look at that hat. Look at that smile on her face as well, and look at the size of that pom-pom. Has been knitting a little heart out for, well, basically all the time. And she has started making hats and has an Etsy store, which you can, links are below. And there are a number of different colours if you want to get them. What's the pricing on them?
£25.
£25 for a hat plus postage.
Obviously it's quite expensive to post it in Smash.
If you're international, obviously postage
It's all on the website.
It's all on the website apparently, so links are below. But postage stuff is the expensive part, depending on whereabouts you're in. Obviously, most of my people who watch this are actually in America, so more details are online. But there are a number of colours. There is this green. What do you call this? Forest green.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's not photoed online yet.
That one isn't photoed online. We haven't.
Exclusive.
This is an exclusive first preview only on this channel. We then have this pink. What would you call this pink?
Pink.
Pink. We have this one here, which is petrol blue. This is the one that Laura is fashioning just there. And we have this one here is a grey black, which is like the colour I'd have if I was to have one, because they are unisex, but bobble hats, you know. Also, while I would say this as well, it's actually good wool. Like, we could have just gone, well, Laura could have just gone. I haven't actually got anything to fucking do with this. I'm just selling it. It is actually good wool. It's not like cheap shit wool. So, if you take your hat off, give it. So it's actually like really good, thick quality wool, and it's got a little turn up as well, and the bobble is like that.
Well, give them a close up on there.
There we go. Go on. So what is it? There's cabling. There's the
design at the front.
Yeah.
And then it's got
a little turn up thing. Also, spin it around. Can you see the seam? Can you fuck? You know why? Because it's a fucking professionally knitted hat. Buy this one. And they come with this big pom-pom here, and Laura says they're very nicely wrapped and come as a very nice gift. So check them out. And that's what it looks like on me if you were a guy. Laura also says that she can custom build them if you don't want a pom-pom for whatever reason. And there's also more colours coming soon. So if you want a colour that isn't here, comment and ask me, or tweet me, or tweet Laura. Is your Twitter account open or not? Tweet me and I'll get her to make one of a different colour. She's also looking at making ones in child sizes, but that's coming again soon. You'll have another sales pitch when that happens. I haven't got a baby to model. There we go. There was a big cliffhanger at the end of my last vlog, and you've probably already found out because I've already plugged it on Twitter and Instagram. But surprise for the YouTube vloggers, and none of you, every one of you guys have seen the mysterious green colour, which we haven't tried yet. So yeah, and they're all made to order as well. So
in time for Christmas.
In time for Christmas too. In time for Christmas. So Laura's just fucking bedding up over there. Hey guys, when did this update happen? Hey Google, where's my phone?
I can help by making your pixel ring on full volume straight away. Would you like me to do that?
Do that? Yes.
Alright, your phone should be ringing now.
How cool is that? Alright, timer. The plan was that I would get my video like showing off the box and like getting a little cliffhanger. That would go up, a couple of days would pass, and then like we would announce the shop on Twitter and Instagram and whatnot, and then like the video would follow it. However, I've been slacking my sleeping routine. Well, still haven't got around to doing that video. So that video is going to go up now after really announcing the Etsy store, and it's all gone to shit. Basically, it's not as half as entertaining or interesting as it could have been. But we released it today. I pushed it on Twitter and Instagram and stuff. So did Laura's sister, and everyone's like had a look at it and liked it and stuff, which is really good. And Laura has made the first order as well. We'll do client confidentiality, but if you're watching, thank you very much. We had like on the website it says like 1 to 2 weeks processing time, but that was like just in case like friggin' like 10 people all of a sudden, because obviously Laura's only one person knitting away. So we did that as like a safety precaution, but chances are it will be in the post on Monday. So however long it takes to get to you wherever you are in the world, that's how long it will take. But yeah, we like left that as a little bit of a buffer in the first week while it like first gets pushed, and then we'll drop that period of time down a little bit. I can sneak peek because obviously they ordered a grey one, a black and grey one. And there it is. How cool's that? Otherwise, like I said, I've been slacking on my sleeping routine. I've been waking up and then just being like, can't be bothered to get up. And it's because I've been trying to deal with this roles issue. And what I should be doing is getting up and doing something other than work. But I've not been, so I've just been going back to sleep, and then that's been fucking up my sleeping cycle. But tonight I need to do it because I need to start out a video and I need to carry on programming. I've been using this other, like this NuGet package to help me do ASP.NET identity in it's in Mongo. That's the word. There is like this main one that a lot of people use, but that one doesn't support ASP.NET Core 2.0 yet. So I've been using this other guy's one, but the other guy's one doesn't seem to work properly. So what I've basically been doing is I've just bit the bullet and I'm just going to do it myself. And I'm like halfway through this friggin' huge interface I've got to implement, so that the user manager can interface with my user store. I'm like halfway through it. It's like monotonous. It's like so friggin' mind-numbing. It's unreal. But yeah, so it's because like the interface was designed for SQL. Like the normal interface for this is to use what's it called? Entity framework. So the interface makes sense for that, but for Mongo it's like you've literally called me with the thing that's got the friggin' data on it anyway, you dope. Get out of it. Once I've implemented all of that, I'll run it through, make sure it works, and then I might swoop through and unit test it, but to be honest with you, it's fucking huge, so I might not. And to be honest with you, a lot of Mongo stuff is difficult to unit test as well, because the mocks don't make sense, because at the end of the day, you just end up testing your mocks. But anyway, we've had a worky day today. I've had about 7 hours worth of programming, which is good, considering that I haven't got up and had 3 hours in the morning. And yeah, tomorrow though we're going to be heading out a little bit more. We're going to head out to town and all that fun stuff. So we're like one day in, one day out. Although we did go shopping today to pick up some like small bits like lunch for tomorrow's dinner, which is always nice. And also we've got this thing where every weekend we always buy like a big nice loaf of bread. So that's quite middle class, I don't know. Alright guys, status report. We had some of the bread with our bacon sandwich this morning, and it is the most boring bread we've ever bought. We normally buy either Tiger bread. We normally buy Tiger bread basically, but they didn't have any in Sainsbury's, so we got a crusty loaf instead. And it ain't crusty, it's just like nothing there, it's just like chewing on bread, it's boring. Tips, people in the UK wanted to pick your bread loaves. Tiger bread from Tesco, top notch. Morrison's salt and black pepper Tiger bread, salt and black pepper bloomer. I love that bread. Sainsbury's, give it a miss. I think this is literally the closest I've got to my coat at the moment. It's kind of double-breasted, kind of, but it's not quite as good as this. It also feels really cheap. As compared to the other coats I'm looking at, it's about 4 times cheaper, but it just feels 4 times cheaper, so I didn't like it, so no coat for me. Otherwise today, Sunday, busy Sundays. I was transitioning back into sleeping and also missing a lunchtime because we was in town. So I'm pretty knackered. I'm heading to bed now. I had like a relatively relaxed day yesterday, so today is just manic. But got everything done, ready to go to work again tomorrow, ready to get up early, all that good stuff. I remember at some point last week I realised that I needed to use some claims transformations, and Microsoft had pulled them out of the current whatever it is, 2.0. I had to start pulling them in myself, and then I realised there was problems with my ASP identity implementation that I was using from NuGet, so I had to pull that in myself. And I basically, since then, I've brought in ASP.NET NuGet Mongo interactions, so I've implemented my own user store and role store. That now works, and I'm happy with it. I've just figured out how to do the claims mapping with the new APIs, because the new APIs have shifted so drastically since the old one, and they've just stopped doing it. But I just called it and it friggin' worked. What I needed to do now is extract it into its own NuGet package, and I'm happy. Maybe wrap some tests around it because it's a bit pocky. God for that, man. The like rabbit hole you dive down. I'm like, right, okay, so all I need to do is, because I sorted out authentication, and I was just on authorization, or the other way around, one of the two. I know who the user is, but I want to know if the user is allowed to look at what they're trying to look at, which is where all the claims mapping comes in. So the thing is, you talk to this, in microservice architecture, you talk to this service here, and then you are given wait, if you want to talk to my platform, you talk to this server here. Identity server up here gives you your role, or assigns you your role and your claims. This then has to talk to 5 other servers. Each one of those servers has its own claims, so there has to be something on those servers that map your role and claims to its claims, and that's basically what I've just done. It's jolly good fun, and what an absolute party in the park that was. God damn. So yeah, all I need to do now is tidy it up, and then we can get back into it again, boy. So yeah, good times. Otherwise, I'm about to head back to bed. I woke up this morning, obviously like over the weekend or end of last week, I transitioned out of my sleeping pattern, which is really bad, and I need to stay on it. What I need to do is, if I wake up and I can't be bothered to do work, which is what I did last week when I was like knee deep in this stuff and it just wasn't working. Can't be bothered to do work, that doesn't mean go back to bed. It means wake up, do something else, play Xbox, do something like a bit more fun than just programming. Instead of go back to bed, because then it just fucks me. Like this morning I totally wanted to stay in bed. I was so warm and so tired. You know when like it took me half an hour for my eyes to like, whew, I'm back in the game. So I just had to get up, put my pyjamas and stuff on, and then just be like, right, water, orange, wake up Jimmy. One day I'm up early. I've like started getting up a little bit earlier than I normally do so that I can leave early and then get to the bus, because sometimes traffic's really bad. First day I do that, I get to the bus, literally it turns up, I sit on it, I'm upstairs, I've got like 10 minutes before it leaves. Where's my Kindle? It's at home, so I can't read. God damn, it's at home because I was using it to make myself feel tired so I can nap. 2 more days to the end of the sprint. Technically it ends tomorrow and we're about to start a story. So I don't think it's going to get done somehow, but head down, try our best. Bath is, it's basically finished. There's sheds fucking everywhere. which is like all the people who head out at lunch. I went out with them the other week to get a baguette, and they're like, there's just fucking sheds everywhere. Like, there's more sheds here. Gotta head out and get lunch again today as well, so also have a nap. So how am I going to fit those 2 things in? Remind me to bring this vlog to an end though by the end of today, because otherwise we'll be too long if we go into tomorrow as well. Alright then boys, today I've literally spent my day balls deep in mappings. Just mapping data. That's all I basically do as a job, is just take data in this format, turn it into this format, then put it in somewhere, then take it out of it, put it back into this format, show it to someone. Basically boil down any website to that. You put in some information, it transforms it into something else, it stores it, brings it back out. Anyway, yeah, so I've been doing that today. Just been like, you know when you've just like your 5 auto mapping profiles down and you're like, what am I looking at anymore? But we had a pretty productive day, started flying through some stuff, get some good shizness down. Nowhere near this story for the end of the day tomorrow, but that's not the end of the world. So I went shopping and I'm going to bed. I'm going to end this video here though, ladies and gentlemen. Update on the first order. The first order is going to go out tomorrow. We realised that our printer doesn't have any black ink in it, so we couldn't print off the like receipt thing. So it's ready to go, but it's going to go out tomorrow. So, well, somewhat depending on well, I guess if the printer ink is there when I drive past, it will leave. Well, it'll be picked up in Wednesday's post. Then I guess is the correct answer to my ramble. It's bedtime. Have I got anything else to tell you? I don't think I do. Oh, I've tried to buy a hot chocolate today at lunch. I went out for lunch, went to buy a sandwich, and I like went to Cafe Nero. Always go to Cafe Nero for hot chocolates. I'm like, you know what, I'm going to get myself a hot chocolate. And I'm like, oh, you know what, the food in here is ludicrously expensive for just like a normal sandwich, because they don't really do much food. So I'm like, fine, whatever. I'll go around to Pret. Go into Pret, pick up a sandwich, they do really nice ploughmans, it's delicious. I'm in the queue and I'm like, should I or shouldn't I buy a hot chocolate? I'm like, I can't decide. What's going to happen is I'll get to the front and then I'll decide. I'll just be forced to make a decision. And I ordered one. So I ordered one. The guy typed in like £2.40 into the till. Typed in £3.40 for the sandwich. And then said, that would be £3.40 please. The till says £5 something. I pass him a tenner. He gives me a handful of change, of which I don't see how much change there is. And then I'm like, He didn't talk to anyone else. He now starts serving someone else. I'm like, did he get me a hot chocolate? Is a hot chocolate coming? Have I paid for a hot chocolate? Should I wait for one, or am I just making myself look like a mutt? So I left. And to this day, to this hour, I don't know whether or not I paid for a hot chocolate or not, or whether a free one was coming or not. I don't know. So, also I had a brief look into. I had a weak point, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to order a coat from Hugo Boss. And I actually looked at the pictures online of the ones that I'm like, they're basically what I want, but they're not slim enough. And then I looked at them online and I'm like, fuck me, they look horrible. And they're £500. 500. And I'm not paying £500 just to look at a coat in real life, because they never have them in the shops, because they're probably ugly. Anyway, thanks for watching this video, ladies and gentlemen. I'll catch you. If you want a hat, the link's in the description. I'll catch you later.